Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with day 10 of my December daily, and today I'm going to be working with the backside of the pockets from yesterday, plus this 6x8 page that I'm going to do some mixed media on. So I'm starting with some Catherine Puller inks. I'm using Mint to Be, but it doesn't really leave the impact that I thought it would, so then I go over the top of it with Mardi Gras, and that leaves a lot darker green, which is what I was sort of going for. I thought that this would be a little bit darker. I knew it wouldn't be as dark as Mardi Gras, but I thought it would be a little darker than it was, but that's okay, no big deal. So I'm using Mardi Gras now, and I'm just spraying it with water and making it sort of liquidy, watercolory, and then using some plastic packaging over the top of it to spread it on to my white piece of paper. So you can see it just sort of leaves a watercolor spray effect. Then I need to make sure that I let this dry fully, of course, before I do anything on top of it. So now I've got the green down, and I'm going to add in some Heidi Swap Color Shine. Now I did not wait until this was dry because I wanted to see what would happen, and it doesn't really do much. It does leave little rings in the green around the outside edges of some of the Color Shine, but it didn't like blend together or anything like that, which is, I mean, I'm glad it didn't do that, but I was interested to see what would happen. So now I'm going to go back into Silhouette, and I'm going to cut out a red version of this star wreath, but with the stars not cut out. And I just released the compound path, and now I'm going through and deleting the insides of all of these stars. Then I'm going to make the compound path again. It's really quick, but it's really simple. You can just go back and slow that down if you need to. But now that I have all of my cut files cut out, I'm just going to adhere this to the page that is dry, mostly dry. So you can see the rings around the outside of that Color Shine. And then I put the white version on top, and so I've got my wreath all ready to go. I have a few of these photos. Now these photos are funny. I wanted a photo so that I could talk about our booster shots and how different this Christmas is from last Christmas, but of course my husband is the silly guy that he is, and he made a lot of funny faces, so I ended up with these hilarious looking awkward family photo style photos. I don't know if you've ever seen that website, but that's what they look like to me, and so I had to include a few of them to show off his goofy personality. And so I have one in the pocket page protector, and then I'm going to put two on this side, and I'm going to do that with a hinge and a flip up, and that's also going to cover my journaling and create an interactive piece on this page. I'm going to pop that up on foam tape so that it has a little bit of height above the wreath itself, and then I'm going to add in some Nuvo drops around the outside edges of the wreath. So I'm going to do mint green first, and I'm just adding these little balls. They're almost like enamel dots. And then I'm going to do pink as well, because I'm going to start pulling in lots of pink on this page to sort of contrast between all of the red and the green. Now I got to make sure I let those dry so I don't ruin them. So we're going to go over to the pocket page side of the layout for a little bit and work on that. Okay, so I have the back side of this page, which is already sort of started, and then I'm using my Thrill of Hope quote card from last year that's free in my shop. There's a link on the blog post that goes with this page, and then a photo, of course, the other photo, and then I had that snowflake from yesterday, so I added a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I'm actually going to add some pink and green glitter into this pocket because I felt like it was still a little bit too transparent, so I wanted to add in just something to make it a little different. And I didn't want to add in more of that sequin mix from Inner Creativity Shop, so I added in the glitter in pink and, or no, blush and mint instead to match the other side. So now I'm going to decorate this side of the page, and I need a flip a little flip tab because it was actually really hard to pull that photo up without it. So on one side it says Our Daily Life, and on this side I'm gonna put ho ho ho. All right. And I decided I wanted to wrap my title around the wreath. And that the easiest way to do that would be to create it in Photoshop and then cut it out on my silhouette. So it says, "What a difference a year makes." And it wraps around my wreath perfectly, adds to the circular design, which makes me super happy. And I've popped all of the words up on foam dots so that they have the same height as the photo. What a difference a year makes. There we go. All right. So I just need a little bit more embellishment, but this page is about done. So I want to add in some hearts and some decorations around the edges of the photos. I need to finish off this page over here. So I'm going to put this photo over this mistletoe card. And then I want to create a little subtitle over here. It was the title I was kicking around for the page itself that said "Spread cheer, not germs," which I thought was amusing. So I'm going to put "Spread cheer," "Spread good cheer," and then I'm going to add in germs with this alphabet from Citrus Twist Kits. And I fought with it for a little while trying to figure out how to effectively add not. But in the end, I just decided to write it on the tab instead of using a separate sticker because they were just all too big and the label was just too small. So it works. Little hand touch. I'm trying not to hand write too much in this album, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so I added a little heart to that card and now it is all done. Now I'm going to add in a few die cuts to this side. I want to sort of build off the edge of this tree on this journal card over here. So I'm going to add another tree and a present, and then a word bit over the present. Oh yes, another present on this side too. Just something to add to the composition a little to make it not so linear with that photo. So it says "Love this." And then the last thing I'm going to do is add in some of these gold stars that I found on this alphabet sheet while I was looking around for a different alphabet. So I'm going to add in these gold stars and that gold heart as well around the edges of this composition. And then I'm going to call it good. I think, yep. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. If you have any questions about this layout or any of the other layouts on my YouTube, there is a blog post for every single one of these December daily layouts on my website. This one is linked in the description box below. And, oh, goodness gracious. I think we got it. I will see you next time. All right. Thank you.